Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today I'll be taking you through the document 3, which is an email from the Chief Financial Officer, right? Okay, so this one is from Tony, right? And he says, hi, the external audit of our financial statements for the year ending 31 December 2023 is commencing soon. Okay. I would like to include you in the team focused on preparing for this upcoming external audit, right? So there is something that you can already mention maybe on the day if it allows, if it just blends in with the task on the day to say, thank you for including me part of the external audit team. I'm happy to be here as I am quite fresh with my audit knowledge as I just signed off articles. Remember, the role that you are given is that you are a newly qualified CA. We have new external auditors this year, and I want to create a good impression. And it starts with us working proactively to get our financial statements right. Okay, so very key things to note there is that there are new external auditors, right? Already I'm thinking new external auditors do quite a bit on opening balances testing that recurring auditors wouldn't necessarily do. Okay, and he's saying he would like to create a good impression, and this starts with them working proactively to get the financial statements right. I would also just advise him there that because these are new auditors, they'll be doing opening balance testing, so we also want to make sure that our previous financial statements are on standard, and that's how we can make a good impression, because that's what new external auditors start with. Not only will this save audit fees in the current year, but it will ensure that we obtain an unmodified auditor's report. Okay, so he's under the impression if you make a good impression, everything is good, you'll get an unmodified auditor's report. Okay, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we lost Tanya Thompson, our senior accountant, to another company earlier this year. Okay, something soft skill to engage with. I'm sorry we lost Tanya. I do hope that I will be able to fill the gap. Okay, she was the backbone of our accounting function, and we have not been able to find a suitable replacement to date, and hence we contracted with accountancy consultants, Greg and Rashid Consulting, to perform certain calculations required for our FY23 financial statements. Okay, so here I'm seeing that Tanya was the backbone of the accounting function. So maybe something to advise as well as a newly qualified is that we always need to have a plan in place, a succession plan, so that we don't come across an issue wherein the previous person who's left with all the information. Now we have to contract out some key calculations. Okay. We see the calculations broadly relate to our capitalized aircraft assets and the possible impairment thereof and aircraft maintenance. So already I'm thinking, as the auditor, would I be required to request this information directly from Greg and Rashid, or do I request from On Time, who will then liaise with Greg and Rashid Consulting? Just something that's at the back of my mind. Okay. To make doubly sure that these amounts are accurate, I would like you to review the calculations that GRC prepared. Okay, unfortunately, I accidentally deleted the email from them. I requested Julio Oliveira, our junior accountant, to resend it to me. I will forward to you as soon as he sends it. So here I'm thinking, okay, we haven't received this calculation. So what does this mean in the pre-release period? I need to know how to correctly account for capitalized aircraft leases and the impairment and the aircraft maintenance as well. So what does this mean? You need to go back and study as if you were in university. So that's one common mistake that we see a lot of candidates making when it comes to preparing for accounting type of triggers. You do not go back and study as if you're in CTA. Why do we advise this? So that you can fully grasp those principles, wherein if you need to review a calculation, you can give the correct review comments because you know the technical behind it. So here, the important aspect: identify which standards, go back and study as if you're in varsity, do those simplified class examples that you were given while you were in your CTA or your third year, sometimes even second year or first year. Make sure you go back and study as if you were in in a CTA or in university, right? And after you do that, you just also need to consider from an audit perspective, what would auditors be looking at particularly? The one that pops out for me is the impairment. Why? Because it is an estimate, right? So it's just those first few things that pop in your head because you're thinking like an auditor. If I were to audit this, what would be my major risk items? So that's what we'll be looking at there. Okay, so remember guys, we're not going in detail and researching the trigger, but rather just taking you through how you would have read it the first time you printed this pre-release. Okay, so that's it for document 3. Please do hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you can get notifications of when we upload our next video. Thank you guys.